It's NBA Today. Alongside Anscape senior writer David Dennis Jr. and NBA senior writer Brian Windhorst, I'm Monica McNutt, in for the fantastic Malika Andrews. Look, y'all, we've got a packed show today, but we're going to start with the first family of basketball. LeBron James and Bronny James, they took to the court for the first time as Lakers yesterday. With that being said, we go, in fact, to the court. LeBron James and Bronny James, well, just the warm-ups. It starts in warm-ups, David.
Oh, there we go. Showing us a little promise of what's to come.
Of course, also, maybe, right? Big maybe. Birthday for Bronny James, by the way, his 20th birthday. Happy birthday to him. All right, let's get to the action. The fight for the loose ball. LeBron's going to come away with it. Still doing things like this, Wendy.
Left hand.
Very special stuff. Bronny enjoys it. And just for good measure, y'all, one more look at it. You can't take these types of things for granted. All right. Then we're going to get Bronny in the ball game. LeBron also on the floor. The two of them getting ready to play defense, standing next to each other. Little talk to your teammates. LeBron on the left wing. Cool, calm, collected.
When he goes left, that's going in.
Good looking shot. That three is good. Then we got some James handoff action here.
You know he wanted this so bad.
Bad.
I've never seen LeBron want a preseason shot more than this one.
Yeah, like he was staring at it too. He was staring it down. He's like, oh, well.
Please knock down the shot. All right, all good. That one, not quite, but these two keep playing. LeBron James attacking, draws the contact. That's an and one play. He finished with 19 points. Bronny was held scoreless in 13 minutes off the bench. The Suns, though, win this one, 118 to 114. LeBron had plenty to say, obviously, after such a big moment for their family post-game. Let's take a listen.
The moment, when we came out of the timeout and he was picking up full court and I went up and because my guy was taking the ball out, we still kind of stood next to each other. I kind of looked at him and it was just like, it's like the Matrix or something. It just didn't feel real. So, but it was great to have those moments out there with him.
JJ told us we were going to be playing together. He shared that with me early in the day, so I was pretty psyched for that. But I just got out there and felt like a normal game with my teammate. To be honest, I'm always thinking about that's my dad because that's literally my dad. So I just go out there and when I'm playing, he's just my teammate. That's all I'm thinking at that point.
I just think, for him just to be able to, keep his head straight forward, keep the blinders on. Even with the situation last year, he came out of that and continued to work, continue to put himself in a position where he can even, be drafted. And, now it's just a work in progress. He wants to continue to get better. He wants to continue to learn, and he's doing it every single day. So, it's great to see.
All right. Post-game, much later post-game, James Sr. went to Twitter to reflect on the moment. Can you read that, David?
Wow, that was surreal with emotional emojis, praise hands, all the good stuff. He was giving you his feelings.
Very clear, lots of, like you said, emotions, big-time feelings about that. Wendy, I want to start with you, though, because you've covered LeBron and this family for a long time. The culmination of them being on the court together in a preseason game, get us there.
First off, major dad energy from LeBron with the bucket hat and making a reference to a 25-year-old movie, The Matrix, 5 years before his son was ever born. Look, at the risk of sounding old, I was there the night that Bronny was born. LeBron had to leave after a two-day practice, and in October of 2004, after his first coming into his second year, and I remember him saying that night as he was leaving to go to the hospital, he told me he was going to name him after himself. And the reason he told me he wanted to name him LeBron James Jr. was because he didn't have a father, and he wanted every day to have the responsibility of knowing he had to raise his son better than he was raised by his father. He later regretted it because he didn't want to put the pressure on him. But if I told LeBron in that moment, 20 years from today, you are going to be playing with your son in the NBA. And let me just say, LeBron doesn't suffer for confidence. I don't think anybody would have believed me. I thought even he would have thought that was absolutely insane. So to think about that night, when he went back to Cleveland, when they were in Columbus and Bronny was born, to think about Bronny running around the locker room, after games, sticking his hand in the ice buckets, and the reporters having to say, hey, Bronny, don't, we called him LeBron back then. We didn't call him Bronny. Don't put your hands in the ice buckets. There's some nasty stuff in there. Thinking about that, I feel some nostalgia about it, and I've just watched from afar. It's not my son. So I can only imagine what this moment meant to him. I know that it was a preseason game in Palm Springs and had very little overall meaning, and there's more big moments to come. But this is something we've literally never seen before in the NBA, and we're going to see it more as we get closer and into the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, this is just there's been so much controversy over the last few months about the draft pick, nepotism, all this stuff. That does not matter in that moment when LeBron James took to the court and walked right up. He can say they were doing it for a full court press. He can say that was the design. No, LeBron knows where the cameras are, and he stood right next to his son so you could see James Jr. and take that picture. LeBron is a guy who, checks off all of these goals that he has
there
in
life.
Right
there.
Right. That's the moment. We're going to be
He's
replaying
like, wait a minute,
that.
the camera's on? Yeah.
Right. We're going to be replaying that forever. And he says that I have all these goals. He wanted to beat Kareem. He wanted to have championships, wanted to win a championship in Cleveland, all that stuff. This was a goal that's been realistic for the last few years, and he has reached it. And it may be the biggest one of his entire career. And you think about all that he's accomplished to stand there with his son.
Yeah, it's so special, y'all, right? And it is a testament to what LeBron James has done and continues to do in this league. But Brian, with that in mind, we got a feel-good story, but we also have LeBron James, who is still very productive, and we've got a new head coach and a Lakers organization that wants to win. So how does all of this factor into what J.J. Redick now has to do leading the way?
J.J. Redick has absolutely embraced this as an opportunity to engage LeBron. So many people were looking at this, talking about nepotism. They were not looking at this in the correct way. What the Lakers did with that 55th pick was draft LeBron's extra interest in this season, draft his motivation in this season. Look at the way he looks. We didn't even talk about his real stats in this game. He played 16 minutes and had 19 points, like 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was blocking shots. This is a season that, let's be honest, the Lakers, if they do great, might make the top 6. Realistically, they might be fighting for a play-in spot. LeBron's out there playing like it's 10 years ago because it's so important to him to be engaged in this season. And the Lakers doing that with his draft pick helped get him there. And JJ understands that. That's why JJ, the first game LeBron played, has Bronny in there with him. And I would expect, if everybody's healthy, on opening night at this exact same part of the game to start the second quarter, we're going to see it in a real game because JJ knows the rewards from that outweigh any issue with anybody being upset about nepotism or worrying about Bronny's minutes or counting his money or whatever.
That's a very optimistic, kind way of describing this. But also we know that LeBron James, he drives on petty, right? Petty is part of it, and revenge is part of it. And everybody's been saying, you ruined this team by drafting your son at 55th. You're politicking on this team. And he has also an extra chip on his shoulder to say, I'm doing what's best for this team because I believe not only in my son, but in what I could do at this point. You brought out the stats. The stats are one thing. That block that he had early in the game on Devin Booker when he got as high as you've seen LeBron get in his prime and blocked the shot into the 5th row, that is telling everybody that I'm still LeBron James. I'm still that guy. Y'all can say what y'all want about me and what I'm doing to this team. I'm still going to carry this team as far as they can go.
Okay, so we got other stuff to get to in the show, but before we turn the page, Wendy, I like the way you contextualize this opportunity, but how long does this become an energizing piece for LeBron James potentially when it comes to the Lakers?
Well, it ain't going to last the whole season because at some point Bronny is going to go to the G League. But coming off the Olympics, I wasn't sure what LeBron was going to have in the tank early in the season, and now I see him going full power.
All right. Well, we will certainly be watching that. It's one of the biggest stories in the league this year for sure. All right, we got action in New Orleans.
Hello. In the second quarter of the Lakers' preseason game against the Suns, LeBron James and his son, Bronny James, made history as the first father-son duo to play together in the NBA. This was a highly anticipated moment, as LeBron has always expressed his desire to play alongside Bronny before retiring. For LeBron, sharing the court with his son was a surreal moment, and he emphasized the importance of this event for his family, considering it one of the most special of his career, which has included 4 NBA titles and numerous individual awards. The moment happened in a low-key manner, with no announcements or major preparations, as the Lakers simply started the second quarter with LeBron and Bronny on the court together. LeBron described the feeling of being alongside Bronny as unreal, comparing the experience to a scene from The Matrix. Although they only played together for 4 minutes before Bronny was subbed out, the emotional significance was huge for both of them. Lakers coach J.J. Redick had told the duo in advance that they would be playing together, and after the game he commented on how privileged he felt to witness this historic moment. LeBron, in turn, spoke about how the opportunity to share the court with his son was something he never had with his own father, making the experience even more meaningful. Bronny, despite all the emotion, remained focused, treating LeBron like a teammate while they were playing. However, the family bond and respect between father and son were evident, which captured the attention of fans and media alike. There was a symbolic moment during the game when LeBron passed the ball to Bronny, who attempted a three-point shot. Although the ball did not fall, the play represented Bronny's promising future and the support of his father. Redick praised LeBron's resilience in his 22nd season and Bronny's drive to reach the professional level. The expectation now is that many more similar moments will happen in the future, especially in regular season games, when father and son will be able to share more court time and create new chapters in this unique basketball story. Thank you for watching so far. Leave your opinion and don't forget to subscribe. Hugs and see you next time.